NEL Reo is finally here. Not only did he receive a whole rework, but he has the largest moveset in the entirety of Blue Lock rivals. So let's not waste any time whatsoever and get straight into tips that'll help you one-up the other Reos in your lobby. Reo's first ability is Chameleon, which is his copy move. However, this time it has received a significant improvement, allowing you to choose exactly which ability you want to copy. As you can see, once activated, you can press the move you want to copy, and that'll take the place of Chameleon, allowing you to use it. Very first thing you should keep in mind about this ability is that it will not copy the follow-up for the move you copied. For example, as you may know, Bachira's roulette ability has a follow-up shooting skill, which Reo does not get access to by copying roulette. Keep this in mind for when you copy moves such as Kaiser's dribble or Bachira's roulette or any other two-part move. Next up is Reo's second ability. This ability has 4 variants. I know that is crazy given this is only a mythic style, but nonetheless I'm here to break it down for you. This ability has an off-the-ball and with-ball variant. The with-ball variant is a dribble that has a follow-up skill. The dribble and its follow-up skill changes with Reo's third skill, which is how you change between defense and attack modes. Defense mode gives Reo a fast dribble skill, which he has a follow-up pass move he can utilize to pass to teammates. On attack mode, however, ability becomes a nutmeg that has a follow-up shooting skill, which moves relatively fast. You may have noticed that the shot actually curves before reaching the target. This combined with its speed makes this one of the better shots in the game currently. However, let's get to the off-the-ball variants of his moves now. On defense mode, the ability becomes camouflage. This skill will have Reo dash forward while becoming invisible to the opponents, allowing him to steal any loose ball on the field. Here is how the move looks from your perspective as well as from the opponent's perspective. You can think of this ability as a similar one to Kaiser's Emperor's dribble ability, which often lets you grab the ball off the ground while dribbling. The attack mode variant for the off-the-ball ability is called Stealth Step. However, I haven't been able to find any difference between this ability and camouflage. Let me know in the comments if you have noticed any difference. However, now it's time for the craziest part of Reo's kit, and that is the Awakening. Reo has 2 separate Awakening movesets depending on which mode he is in when he awakens. Now I'm going to show you both Awakenings together and explain exactly how they differ and what moves they share. Here is the Attack Mode Awakening cutscene. And now for the Defense Mode Awakening cutscene. Let me know down below if you think the animations look good. But let's get started now. Both Awakening movesets have the same first move, that being Master Copy. This allows Reo to steal an Awakening skill from the style he's looking at, and he's able to choose exactly which Awakening skill he wants to steal, as you can see on the screen. This can allow for some very creative plays. But do keep in mind, however, that Reo cannot copy master-class styles like Loki. He can only copy up to world-class rarity, so plan accordingly. Reo keeps his second ability from base during Awakening. If awakened with defense mode, he will have the on and off ball variants of his second ability, and if awakened with attack mode, he'll have the attack variants from base. The third ability is where things start getting even crazier. During attack mode Awakening, Reo will have access to a shooting skill that has an in-air variant and an on-the-ground one. Here's what each cutscene looks like. The on-the-ground variant might actually be the fastest shot in the game because I couldn't even see the ball after the cutscene. But anyways, let's stay on track. Reo also has an on-the-ground and in the air variant for his defense mode Awakening's third skill. However, they are both different, with the air variant being a defensive skill instead of a shooting one. Here is what each of them look like. Now, in my opinion, using the defensive mode Awakening is more valuable given that you have a both offensive and defensive skill to utilize depending on whichever situation you're in. This, of course, combined with Master Copy, allowing you to target someone with a steal ability such as NEL Reo, Otoya, or Don Lorenzo, makes Reo quite dangerous and possibly the strongest awakened style in the entire game. But before we end things off, let me quickly go over Reo's reworked flow as well, which just like Reo has gotten bumped up to a mythic rarity flow and is now called Master of All Trades. This flow is quite perfect for Reo, as it gives him both offensive and defensive buffs, which needlessly to say works quite well, given Reo's kit allows him to switch up his playstyle on the field at any given moment. Of course, with that being said, I believe Reo currently has an argument to be within the top 2 best styles in the game, but also one of the more skill-based characters, as it's quite important to know who you want to copy and which ability you want to choose while actively playing on the field. He'll require you to make some quick thinking, but that is of course rewarded with what's possibly the best awakening in the game as of now. I'm honestly surprised they didn't bump him up to a world class. Anyways, with that being said, let me know down below how impressed you all are with Reo's rework. Do you think this update is a sign of improvement for Blue Lock Rivals and its future? And what do you expect from the upcoming new Nagi style? I think I am quite impressed with this update. I truly wasn't expecting such a unique and fun moveset from Reo's rework, but they managed to outdo themselves, even more than they did with Loki, I feel like. But of course, make sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And as always, I wish you the best of luck in your roles, and take care.